This is TWiT.
TechCrunch reported that thanks to the discovery made by a pair of curious students at the University of California at Santa Cruz, who, to their credit, did try to do the right thing by attempting to report the flaws they'd uncovered in the control software of their shared university washing machines. As TechCrunch headlined their story, quote, "Two Santa Cruz students uncover a security bug that could let millions do their laundry for free." Okay, so the company behind these widely deployed machines is called CSC ServiceWorks, which is an unfortunate name because the service doesn't work so well. The two UC students, Alexander Sherbrook and Iakov Trenenko, discovered flaws that allow anyone to remotely send commands to laundry machines run by CSC, which allows them to initiate laundry cycles without paying. It appears to be another instance of a company that should really not be putting their equipment on the internet, yet doing so anyway. Like your typical college student, Alexander was sitting on the floor of his basement laundry room in the early hours one January morning earlier this year with his laptop. He was bored, waiting for the spin cycle to finish on his last load. And while poking around with some scripting commands, the machine in front of him suddenly woke up with a loud beep and flashed push start on its display, indicating the machine was ready to wash a free load of laundry. And this was despite the fact that Alexander's current laundry system balance was $0. Since students will be students, experimenting further, they set one of their accounts to reflect a positive balance of several $1 million in credit. And sure enough, their CSC Go mobile app reflected this balance without complaint. As I said, the company behind this CSC ServiceWorks, a large laundry service company which boasts a network of over 1 million laundry machines installed in hotels, university campuses, and residences across the United States and Canada, and also Europe. You would think that such a firm that's using internet and smartphone technology to replace coin-op machines might have someone on staff to field trouble reports. But there's no indication of that, since CSC ServiceWorks does not have a security page for reporting security vulnerabilities. Alex and Iakov sent the company several messages through its online contact form in January, but heard nothing back from the company. Even a telephone call to the company got them nowhere either. Finally, they reported their findings to the CERT Coordination Center at Carnegie Mellon University, which, as we've discussed, provides a means for security researchers to disclose flaws to affected vendors and provide fixes and guidance to the public. Even that failed to evoke any reaction from CSC. Today, months later, despite having tried to do the right thing, the glaring vulnerability remains open. In following up on this, even TechCrunch failed to get anywhere. TechCrunch wrote, quote, "It's unclear who, if anyone, is responsible for cybersecurity at CSC, and representatives for CSC did not respond to TechCrunch's request for comment," unquote. Okay, so it seems to me that what might finally arouse CSC's attention, and apparently the only thing that will, may be a sharp and sudden drop in cash flow revenue as word of this spreads across college campuses in the U.S., Canada, and Europe. It's just the sort of hack that's pretty much guaranteed to become quite popular. Having waited longer than the customary 90 days after attempting to report their discovery and findings, Alex and Iakov have now started to reveal more about their discovery. They decided to disclose their research in a presentation during the UC University's Cybersecurity Club meeting earlier this month. They explained that the vulnerability is in the API used by CSC's mobile app, CSC Go. In the normal case, someone needing to do the wash opens the CSC Go app to top up their account with funds, then pay and begin a laundry load on a nearby machine. But Alex and Iakov discovered that CSC's servers can be tricked into accepting commands that modify their account balances because security checks, get this, are only performed by the client app on the user's device. I know. And anything sent to CSC servers are fully trusted.
Oh, my. Including
This
things like
allows-
I have $1 million in my account.
Correct.
Unbelievable.
Correct. This allows fake accounts to be posted to fake payments to be posted to their accounts without ever putting any real-world funds in the accounts. And Leo, it's worse. While Alex was sitting on the floor of the basement, he was analyzing the network traffic while logged in and using the CSC Go app. And he discovered that he could circumvent the app's security checks to send commands directly to CSC's servers. Alex and Iakov said that essentially anyone could create a CSC Go user account and send their own commands using the API, get this, because the servers are also not checking whether new users even own their email addresses. The researchers tested this by creating a new CSC account with a made-up email address. So not only mistakes, but also really crappy overall system design. Here was the comment that surprised me. CSC quietly wiped out the student's spoofed account balance of several $million after they reported their findings. But the researchers said the bug remains unfixed, and it's still possible 4 months, 5 months later for users to freely give themselves any amount of money. Iakov said that he was disappointed that CSC did not acknowledge their vulnerability. He said, quote, "I just don't get how a company that large makes those types of mistakes, then has no way of contacting them." He said, worst case scenario, people can easily load up their wallets and the company loses a ton of money. Why not spend a bare minimum of having a single monitored security email inbox for this type of situation, unquote. But of course, even that's not the point. If the company zeroed the student's demonstration multi-million-dollar account balance, that shows that someone somewhere within the company did receive the message and does know that there's a problem. My guess is that we have become so accustomed to the way a mature, security-conscious company goes about handling such matters that we don't know what to make of a company that chooses instead to bury its head in the sand. You know, but we should remember that it wasn't so long ago that most companies acted this way. They would freak out, raise the drawbridge, switch to internal power, and say nothing publicly while they scurried about behind the scenes trying to figure out what to do. We've learned that's not the enlightened way to act with regard to internet security vulnerabilities, but it does stand to reason that those who are not actively involved in this arena might not still be up to speed on today's etiquette.
Hey, we're laundry guys. What do we know about the internet? You put in a quarter, you wash your laundry. This just shows you, though, it's really good for students to have to do their own laundry because that enforced period of boredom can really lead to some creative results. That and a lack of quarters. I love it.
Yeah, we actually,
It's a great
Leo,
story.
I have to confess, back, when I was myself at Berkeley, we had coin-op washing machines.
Did you tie a string to the quarter and pull it back?
Well, actually, there was a screw hole in the back of the quarter accepting add-on to the washing machine. And it didn't take long before, and I'm not saying who,
someone.
an enterprising student figured out that if you took a coat hanger, I've talked about how handy that coat hanger,
So
how coat
useful.
hangers are like, they are the perfect type of stiff wire. You could cut off a length and put a little hook in the end, snake it through the hole, and then you could reach in, hoping not to be electrocuted, by the way, and grab, find the arm that gets pulled when the quarter is put on the little slider and pushed in, and give it a few tugs, and what do you know? The washing machine would start right up.
Unbelievable.
It is a good thing I'm not in college, this day and age.
Honestly, there's a subtext here that maybe CSC goes, so the students are ripping us off. What else is new? As long as we get most of the money, we're fine. What else is new?
Yeah, and exactly as you said, they're in the washing machine business, right? They probably contracted out to the lowest bidder to make themselves an app to put these machines on the internet, and that guy is gone.
Long gone.
So they probably have no idea what to do. They're able to monitor account balances and zero them when they get set to $1 million. But other than that,
So we had an intern for a while back in the Brick House days, the wonderful Jeff Needles. You may remember him.
I do remember
He
him.
was a fun guy. And he said, I'll write a sales system for you. And so he wrote up a whole sales database system for us that we started using for every ad sale and so forth. And then he left. He got a better job. I think he went to that video company that he was so enamored of. And we said, can we give you a contract to maintain? He said, no. And he just left. And so we have this blob of software, which breaks. Well, let me put it this way. If two people try to use it at the same time, boom, it's dead. So it breaks all the time, but it's not really worth it for us to redo it. We just hired some guy who kind of looks at the code and pokes at it once in a while, and we just limp along with it. I think a lot of companies are like that. I don't think that's at all unusual. Hey, it's Leo Laporte. I hope you've enjoyed this little snippet from Security Now. If you want the whole show, you can get it at our website, twit.tv/SN. Of course, you can subscribe to Security Now on your favorite podcast, or just click one of the links below.